What's good, guys? Welcome back to the last minute predictions where we go over each and every single one of these fights, starting with the early prelims, ending with the main event. We're going to be heading to UFC Macau. So, we know that the face-offs happened early. The face-offs actually happened like at 1 in the morning, so it's currently 3. So, bear with me. It's early. I just made another video earlier today. So, let's get into it. I want to make sure that we have all of our picks set and everybody's in a good mood. And I hope you guys are ready to wake up at this time. Rise and shine. Early bird gets the worm, baby. We're going to go in. This card is amazing. You guys know my lock of the week. If you don't, go check it out right now. You'll find out at the end of this video too as well. Nikolas Motta versus Maheshate Hayisaer. We have to look at these odds and mention where these guys are both coming from. We know Nikolas Motta is a lot of people's dog. A lot of people like Nikolas Motta. Maheshate Hayisaer was a minus 192. Now he's a minus 186. And Nikolas Motta is a plus 156. Maheshate we've seen before in the UFC for a little while. He's a fun striker. Loves to have a firefight. Dance around the cage. Side kicks. Flashy elbows. And we know that this guy has very good notable knockouts. He knocked out Steve Garcia. And this is a very notable knockout. The fact that this guy was able to get a knockout over Steve Garcia in round 1 minute and 14 seconds with a counter right, shows that this guy has power. I think that this fight is definitely not going to go the distance. I'm going to give you guys my best props. We know who both of these guys are. We know that both of these guys have good takedown defense. Nikolas Motta has an 82% takedown defense as well. It's going to be a crazy fight. I think this fight doesn't go the distance. Let me give you guys my best props. When we look at them face off, we can see Maheshate Hayisaer's much bigger. And these are my best props. Under 2.5, minus 156. Over 2.5, plus 122. I like the under 2.5 at a minus 156. Fight doesn't go the distance. No, minus 205. Yes, plus 156. I prefer the fight doesn't go the distance. Fight ends by KO, minus 120. Straight. Excuse me. Maheshate by KO or on points, minus 145. And Motta by KO or on points, plus 185. You guys know me, making an official pick flip. I went Nikolas Motta. I know a lot of people are on Nikolas Motta. Official pick flip. I'm going to go Maheshate Hayisaer, and I'm going to go Maheshate Hayisaer to win by KO. Give me Maheshate to win this fight inside the distance, specifically second round KO. I'm going to tell you my 3 best props. Maheshate by KO on points, minus 145. Fight doesn't go the distance, no at a minus 205. And the under 2.5 at a minus 156. Just in case Motta gets a KO. Honestly, I like fight ends by KO 2 at a minus 120. It's going to be a banger fight. I'm happy that we're finally in UFC Macau. It's about time we get a banger bantamweight fight night. Every time we have a bantamweight fight night, it's always a banger fight. Here we go. Quang versus Long Zhao. Long Zhao's a minus 148. Quang Lee's a plus 120. These odds were a lot closer earlier in the week. Not last week. A hard grappler, shooting like his life depends on it. Long Zhao is that guy who is very dangerous, but he's not that dangerous, but he's very durable. He has a wealth of experience, 35 fights, doesn't panic if it doesn't go his way, and he can get taken down as well and touched up fairly easily. Quang Lee, coming off of that short notice step up against Chris Gutierrez. A lot of people are very high on Quang Lee, and they liked how he was able to get Chris Gutierrez down. The fact that he was able to get him down showed that it was a pretty competitive fight. It was 1-1 heading into the third round. And it was a close fight, so a lot of people are very high on Quang Lee. Quang Lee's a taller opponent, looks a lot taller. Long Zhao's going to be trying to get the hips, trying to get this guy down. And Quang Lee is very notable, has a notable short notice performance that ended up making him look a lot better than he might be. In my opinion, I'm going to be taking Long Zhao for this fight. Fight goes the distance. Yes, at a minus 166. No, at a plus 130. I'll take yes that this fight goes the distance, minus 166. Over 2.5, I'll take that, minus 210. Fight ends by points, minus 180. I'll take that as well. Long Zhao by KO or on points, plus 125. Long Zhao by sub or on points, plus 100. And then Lee by KO or on points. Honestly, this is one of those fights where this guy Lee has that power. So what I like about Lee is double chance. Quang Lee by KO or on points, plus 145. Honestly, I think it's good. I do think that this fight might go the distance. It's going to be competitive. I think Long Zhao is going to eventually get the takedowns, mix it up, and win this fight by unanimous decision. Give me Long Zhao to win this fight. Just give me money line at a minus 148, and give me Long Zhao to win by sub or on points at a plus 100, and the over 2.5 at a minus 210. It's going to be a banger fight. It's late, man. It's late. I can't imagine watching the fights at this time. I'm going to be eating a bacon, egg, and cheese watching these fights. Loner Kavanagh. This guy has a sick neck tattoo. Those tattoos are fire, but that's a job stopper. But it happens, you know, if your job is the UFC, so why not? Why not get it? Loner Kavanagh, we know that this guy is a massive, massive favorite. This guy has a lot of hype on him. He's facing off against Jose Ochoa. Jose Ochoa looks fairly skinny, but he's a taller fighter. And Loner Kavanagh looks a little shorter, but, you know, he has that power in his hands. Loner Kavanagh is a minus 325. Minus 325. Jose Ochoa is a plus 250. I want to mention that Kavanagh has fast speed, great movement. One of my favorites to watch tape, because this guy had beautiful KOs. And honestly, he's a genuine prospect in my opinion. He's taking on Jose Ochoa, well-rounded guy, loves to slug it out, real slugger, and he works in the grappling over time. My best props are the over 2.5, minus 112, under 2.5, minus 112. I like it when it's at a pick'em. So give me the over 2.5. Give me the over 2.5 just as a sprinkle, minus 112. Just to sprinkle it, give me the over 2.5. I know what you guys are going to say. This guy's probably going to knock him out. Loner by KO on points, minus 240 in a different slip, just in case. Because we know we should take double chances just in case. And then Jose by KO on points, plus 320. I don't think that's likely. Fight goes the distance. No, minus 152. Yes, plus 120. Give me that this fight doesn't go the distance. No, at a minus 152. And give me the under 2.5 at a minus 112. And give me Loner to win by KO on points at a minus 240, just in case. So originally I was going to go the over 2.5, just because I thought that, you know, maybe Loner Kavanagh might not be able to find that KO. But I also like the double chance. Loner by KO on points, just in case he wins this by decision. So Loner by KO on points, minus 240, turns a minus 325 into a minus 240. And give me the under 2.5 at a minus 112. And give me that this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 152. I think he should be able to finish Jose. It's going to be a banger fight. This guy, Loner Kavanagh, is my favorite fight on the card. One of my favorite fighters on the entire card. I'm going to sit back, and this guy is a treat to watch, bro. This guy is an absolute treat to watch. I can't wait for this one. Carlos Hernandez versus Nyamjargal Tumendemberel. Very hard name. By far one of the trickiest names I've ever read, ever. This is going to be a banger fight as well. Carlos Hernandez minus 188. The odds are shrinking right now as we speak live. The odds are shrinking. Carlos Hernandez is a minus 188 and Tumendemberel is a plus 152. I want to mention that Tumendemberel is making his UFC debut. Carlos Hernandez is a grappler with okay striking. He has been tested by the greats in the flyweight division. Solid accuracy, not that technical, but a nice jab, a 1-2, slick BJJ. But he can't wrestle. And he takes shots. He goes for trips sometimes here and there. But sometimes guys with Taisura Taira, and we know Rey Taisura, he's had a tough career with these guys. So this is another guy who's going to try to grapple, try to come in with everything that he has, throw the whole kitchen sink at this guy. So this is a very good fight. By far one of my lowest confident fights. This guy has 999 tatted on him. Shout out to If You Know, you know that album is about to go crazy. A bunch of hype with that. This guy has 999. That's amazing. Honestly, I should pick him just for that. I just saw that right now. It's insane. It's insane that I just saw that. Fight. My best props for this fight. Honestly, Carlos Hernandez should be able to put up a good fight. It's just that Carlos Hernandez is on a skid. And if he loses this fight, he's probably going to get cut from the UFC. So this is one of those fights that I recommend skip. 1-800-GAMBLER type of fight. If you want to sprinkle the dog, not bad to sprinkle the dog. He's a guy who comes with everything that's going to throw the full kitchen sink at you. And a guy like Carlos is a guy who has favorable experience on his side. Let me show you guys my props. Fight goes the distance. Yes, minus 126. No, minus 102. Give me yes that this fight goes the distance. Minus 126. Very, very tricky, though, because this guy is favored on Tapology to win by submission. So we got to be careful when it comes to fights like this. Over 2.5, minus 152. I'll take that. Just in case there's a third round late finish, it still hits the over 2.5. Under 2.5 plus 120 if you don't like the over. I'll take the over. Fight ends by points, minus 140. I like that just in case. We know that this is going to be a barn burner. So we just need both of these guys to last full 15 minutes at a minus 140 should hit. Yam by KO on points. Yam Tumendemberel plus 240. I thought that was worth a sprinkle if you're very high on Tumendemberel. Hernandez by sub points. Minus 155. You know, you could go for a late third round submission for Carlos Hernandez. Sprinkle that. That could hit. It's favored on FanDuel. Carlos Hernandez by KO on points, plus 100. It's going to be a very close competitive fight. Tumendemberel looks like a guy who's going to come in, put on a crazy hat after he wins, and just starch this dude. But I'm going to go with my boy. I'm going to go with my boy Carlos Hernandez. Give me Carlos Hernandez to win this fight by 29-28 unanimous decision. If not, third round submission. I'll take Carlos Hernandez to win by sub or points, -155. I'll take over 2.5 at a -152. And then I'll take fight ends by points at a -140. Very close fight. 999, baby. 999. 999 till the world blows. That's actually a crazy fight. I'm actually anticipated for almost all of these fights. Feng. Xiaocan Feng versus Ming Shi. Xiaocan Feng -420. Ming Shi's a +310. This girl is tall. This girl is massive. Xiaocan Feng is a wrestler who will shoot with real takedowns, using her takedowns to force fights to the ground and ground and pound away. She does a busy job at keeping busy, flows, transitions well, and she has good sub defense, very dominant on top. She's taking on Ming Shi, very small, a 5'2" striker. Looks like she's like 5'1". Give me the over 2.5 at a -410. Give me the fight goes the distance. Yes, -340. No, +240. I'll take yes that this fight goes the distance. Xiaocan Feng by KO on points, -290. I like that as well. Feng by sub or points. I like that even more. Give me Feng to win by sub or points at a -230. And this is a little bit of a Hail Mary. She by KO on points, +400. I don't think it's likely. Give me Feng to win by submission or on points, -230. Give me that this fight goes the distance at a -340. And give me the over 2.5 at a -410. I think Xiaocan Feng should be able to win this fight, impose her will, and just completely out-grapple Ming Shi. She's a little small, but I expect her to last the full 15 minutes. Give me Xiaocan Feng to win this fight by unanimous decision. If not, I'll take double chance by submission or on points at a -230. She's actually pretty cute, though, so W that we get. W Macau. Right here. Banger. Kiru Sahota versus Choi. Choi is fairly small when we look at this. This is why these are very important to go over, because when we look at this fight, you got to pay attention to this, because this is something that's very important. We know that this guy, Kiru, is super long range. His takedown defense is solid because he stays so long, wide in his base. Really good job working up, staying balanced. Solid volume, but he lacks power. He's taking on Choi. He can be hittable, but he has that wide stance and low hands. Is tough, works in takedowns well, but struggles to maintain top control. His takedowns work, but his hesitancy is because of his hesitancy. He's tough. He has cardio. Another road to the UFC tournament, so this card is going to be tricky. What I wanted to say was this guy is very hesitant, so he's going to be waiting, and then he's going to shoot for a takedown. Nice little double leg, nice little maybe single leg ankle pick. And this guy, Kiru Sahota, has to defend a bunch of takedowns. You better be ready to defend at least 30 takedowns. I think this fight goes the distance. I'm going to take over 2.5 at a -215. Under 2.5 is a +164. I don't really like that. I'd rather take the over 2.5 at a -215. Give me fight ends by points at a -190. Sahota by KO on points, +105. Choi by KO on points, -105. So it seems like this is a pick'em right as we speak. Kiru Sahota is a -110. Choi is a -110. Will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a -176. Give me yes, this fight goes the distance, -176. Over 2.5 at a -215. And give me Kiru Sahota to win this fight by unanimous decision. We know that this guy's the hometown crowd. He has to just grapple and lay on top of this guy to win, but I'm going to go Kiru Sahota to win this fight by unanimous decision. Going to be a very close fight. 1-800-GAMBLER type of fight. Another one. Skip this fight. I recommend it. Unless you want to sprinkle it. Sprinkle it. Nothing wrong with that. That's a banger fight. Su Young-Yu versus Balgyn Jenisuly. So, Su Young-Yu is a -164. Balgyn Jenisuly is a +134. Balgyn Jenisuly is favored all over Tapology. And we have to mention exactly why. Sung Young-Yu is 13-3-0, and Balgyn Jenisuly is 19-5-0. This fight is favored on Tapology to go the distance. And a lot of people might think that there might be a little bit of a submission. Su Young-Yu, non-stop wrestler who shoots straight off the gate. His entries, he entertains the striking just to distract his opponent, and then he dives at the legs. Sorry. Shooting around 20 to 30 takedowns per fight, throws a jab, touches your knee just to remind you he will shoot. He is sloppy, but on the ground he is very aggressive, working for submission. Balgyn Jenisuly is a long, lean guy. Decent job using size, plots forward, cuts off the cage well, great takedown defense, always works fast on transitions. Another road to UFC. Young-Yu is a great wrestler, but that's almost his entire game. He needs to wrestle. I'm going to be taking Su Young-Yu to win this fight by wrestling. When I tell you guys my best props, you by points plus 155. I like that, but I always have to give you guys the other side as well. Right now, as we're talking, Sung Young Yu is shrinking as a favorite, and it looks like Balgyn Jenisuly is shrinking as a dog as well. Method of victory, Balgyn Jenisuly by points plus 330. I thought that was crazy because you can sprinkle that. Sung Young Yu by points plus 155. Over 2.5 minus 186. Under 2.5 plus 146. I'll take the over 2.5 at a minus 186. Fight ends by points, minus 165. And then give me Sung Yu by KO on points, plus 105. Also, if you like Jealousy, this is an official pick flip as well. If you like Jealousy by KO on points, plus 210. Not bad of a sprinkle. I want to mention that this is my second official pick flip. My first official pick flip being, just let me make sure, Maheshate Hayisaer. Yep. So, I'm going to be taking official pick flip. I'm going to be taking Sung Young Yu to win this fight by wrestling and out wrestling Balgyn Jenisuly at a plus. Balgyn Jenisuly is plus 134. Give me Sung Young Yu minus 164 money line. I'll just take money line. I don't want to risk it. Give me the over 2.5 minus 186. Very close fight. Give me Sung Young Yu to win by wrestling. 29-28 unanimous decision. Ozzy Diaz versus Mingyang Zhang. This is one of those fights that screams knockout. Both of these guys have not went to the distance. The one time that Zhang went to the distance, he lost by decision. And this guy has never went to the distance, that being by win or lose. He gets finished or he is finishing. Ozzy Diaz, 6'4", LFA champion. He's light on his toes, good grappling, but he doesn't grapple creatively. His striking is all right, but he is chinny. And he's pretty skinny, to be honest. He's kind of like a skinny fat. Give me these. I'm going to give you guys my best props. So, Mingyang Zhang has went to the distance once. That's the one time that he lost. All of his wins, he's on a 10-fight win streak. He has won inside the distance. Ozzy Diaz has never went the distance, never went the full 15 minutes. So, if fight doesn't go the distance, no, minus 800. That's already juiced to the grills. Over 1.5 plus 174. Under 1.5 minus 230. Give me the under 1.5 at a minus 230. I'm fairly confident in this under 1.5. Fight ends by KO, minus 270. I like that as well. Give me fight ends by KO just in case. And then just to get a little bit more fancy, Zhang by KO at a minus 150. Zhang used to be a heavyweight, and now Ozzy Diaz used to be a middleweight. So now they're meeting up at light heavyweight. This is going to be a banger fight. Give me Zhang to win by KO, minus 150. Fight ends by KO, minus 270. And the under 2.5 at a minus 230. And if you want to play it safe, Zhang by KO on points, minus 230. That'll be the first time he goes the distance in his entire career. So I don't recommend to get fancy, but this time I'm going to take Zhang by KO straight, minus 150, and the under 1.5 at a minus 230. Banger fight. My lock of the week. If you know, you know. Plus 194 for Volkan Oezdemir. Ulberg, minus 245. Ulberg has the teeth on his necklace. Very nice necklace. Trains with Israel Adesanya. Volkan has good forward pressure. Coming off of that KO win over Johnny Walker. Very impressive. Because I had Johnny Walker in that fight. Honestly, his takedown accuracy is 33%. Big issue because his chin is questionable. He's 7-7 in the UFC with a mixed bag of marbles in competition. He's faced Giri, Ankalaev, Daniel Cormier. He's faced the top echelon of the division. Carlos Ulberg, on the other hand, is a 6'4" world-class kickboxer. Trains with Izzy. Striking differential is very interesting and very impressive to me. Almost 8-3, which is very impressive. 75% takedown accuracy. His only MMA loss is to Kennedy in Jiu-Jitsu, where he was dominating that fight, but he kind of gassed a little. So now he kind of understands when to put the pressure. I'm going to tell you guys my best props. All the props that are listed. Fight goes the distance. Yes, at a plus 144. Fight goes the distance. Plus 144. No, minus 186. I'll take that this fight doesn't go the distance. Minus 186. Under 2.5, minus 140. Over 2.5, plus 110. This could go the distance. It could get a sloppy decision if Carlos Ulberg's not able to finish a guy like Volkan Oezdemir. Volkan Ozdemir's last time he got KO'd was in 2020 by Yuri Prochazka. Under 2.5, minus 140. Over 2.5, plus 110. Pick your poison right there. Ulberg by KO on points. Minus 185. I like that. The best prop of the entire card. Of the entire prop selection. My lock of the week. Why play it? Why go crazy? Let's just do Carlos Ulberg by KO on points, minus 185. If you want to go Volkan, you're very heavy on Volkan. Go Volkan by KO on points, plus 220. Fight ends by KO, minus 125. So the fact that Ulberg is a minus 245, Volkan's is a plus 194, I'll just take Ulberg to win by KO on points, minus 185. I'll take this fight ends by KO, minus 125. And then I'll take the under 2.5 out of minus 140. Let's go. It's going to be a banger fight. Screams violence. This guy Volkan is very good. He has a resurgence in his career, so you never know with Volkan. Kang versus Wang versus Gabriela Hernandez. He does this little nice little trick. It was actually, some people said it was kind of cringe. Wang minus 850. At least we're doing something different, entertaining us. Gabriela Hernandez plus 540. We already know who Wang is. She's coming off that beautiful KO win over Victoria Leonardo. I just want to make sure that that was her name. She has been knocked out before, so we do not know how good her power is. But we also know that she can win by submission. Before she beat Victoria Leonardo, she won by submission, mounted guillotine choke in round 1, 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Very, very impressive girl. I think this girl is going to be a prospect. She has a win over Valentina Shevchenko. Gabriela Hernandez is like, what? Like, what's going on? Will this fight go the distance? Yes, it's expected to, minus 148. No, plus 116. Over 2.5, minus 174. Under 2.5, plus 138. Gabriela Hernandez has never been finished. She's tough. I think she's going to be more tougher than a lot of people expect. Wang by points, minus 110. I like that. And then Hernandez by points, plus 1,000. Wang by KO on points, minus 310. Hernandez by KO on points, plus 750. I don't think Hernandez is going to win this fight. I'm going to go Wang. And I'm going to go Wang to win this fight by KO on points, minus 310. And give me Wang by points, minus 110. And then I'll take the over 2.5 out of minus 174. I know a lot of people are expecting this fight to finish inside the distance. But it seems like this fight might be a little bit of a sketchy fight. This fight might be where everybody's expecting her to finish this fight. And she ends up getting a decision win. So give me the safety parlay. Wang by KO on points, minus 310. And then over 2.5, minus 174. And Wang by points at a minus 110. It's going to be a good fight. Gabriela Hernandez is confused. She doesn't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if Wang can win inside the distance. I'm just going to play it safe. Just give me Wang by KO on points, minus 310. And just to sprinkle it, over 2.5, minus 174. Good fight. They had a intense back and forth. The biggest back and forth of the entire card. Muslim Solikov versus Kenan Song. Kenan Song plus 154. Muslim Solikov minus 192. Kenan Song, lowest fight IQ ever, but Muslim Solikov is 40 years old, so this is fairly even matchup. Over 2.5, minus 164. Under 2.5, plus 128. Song by KO on points, plus 170. Solikov by KO on points, minus 180. Solikov by sub or points, plus 155. Fight goes the distance, yes, minus 132. No, plus 104. I think this fight goes the distance, yes, at a minus 132. I think the over 2.5 should hit at a minus 164. And I'm going to be taking Muslim Solikov to win this fight. It's going to be a very competitive fight. Song Kenan has that KO power. He's dropped guys like Ian Gary. And he has this vicious power. And he can win by KO inside the distance at any time. If you like Song by KO on points, plus 170, it's perfect. He's a plus 154, so you get even more plus money. I like Muslim Solikov, who's a minus 192. I'll take the money line. I'll take the over 2.5, minus 164. I'll take fight goes the distance, yes, at a minus 132. And I'll take Solikov by KO on points at a minus 180. I think he's the overall better fighter. It's just that age is a factor. And age is a factor for all of us eventually. So, can he beat Father Time? I'm going to go with yes. Low confidence, though. Give me Muslim Solikov to win this fight by 29-28 unanimous decision, if not by KO late third round. Going to be a banger fight. Muslim Solikov is still jacked, and I hope he's still on that juice. Let's go, Muslim Solikov. Let's go. I should have rewinded it. All right, we got Xiaocan Yan versus Tabitha Ricci. Look at her thighs, bro. This girl is so fucking ripped. It's insane. Feng. I'm getting confused. Whoa, sorry. Xiaocan Nan versus Tabitha Ricci. Xiaocan minus 200. Tabitha Ricci plus 160. Oh, I'm turning into a simp. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I gotta snap out of it. Xiaocan minus 200. Tabitha Ricci plus 160. We know Tabitha Ricci has that great control game. She was coming off of that close win over Angela Hill, and she has a lot of close fights. She has close fights with Lupita Godinez, Tisha Pennington, Angela Hill. All of her fights scream close fights. this fight's going to be even closer, I think. When we look at this fight, Xiaocan has only lost to Carlos Barza, Zhang Weili, and a top 5 contender. So she's only lost to 3 people in the UFC. Tabitha Ricci is coming in with a lot of momentum. This is going to be one of those fights that is going to be a banger co-main event. She's coming off that 7 months ago loss to Zhang Weili. Honestly, I like fight goes the distance. Yes, minus 340. Over 2.5, minus 410. And then let's just read the other props. I like that this fight goes the distance. Minus 340. I like that. And then let me show you the other props. Xiaocan by KO on points. Minus 190. Xiaocan by Subber points. Minus 120. Ricci by KO on points. Plus 200. Ricci by Subber on points. Plus 175. Xiaocan by points. Minus 105. Ricci by points. Plus 205. Plus 250. Tabitha Ricci by points is plus 250. Let me read that again. That's insane. You know that this fight is expected to go the distance, so we could flip a quarter on it. If Tabitha Ricci's holding her against the fence, getting a nice little judo throw, control her against, then gets right back up, Xiaocan, and it's 1-1 going into the third round. Very close fight, split decision. What? Oh! And then, you know, it's a split decision, everybody's screaming robbery. I recommend just take that this fight goes the distance at a minus 340. I know it's juice to the grills, but we have to play it. Parlayable. It's parlayable. I'm going to be making an official pick flip. Unfortunately, I like Tabitha Ricci, and this was probably my favorite part of the entire video. Just watching her walk in. Tabitha Ricci is, she has a talent. She has a talent that I've never seen before. And I picked her earlier this week. But I'm going to go Xiaocan to win this fight. And I'm going to go for her to win this fight by 29-28 unanimous decision. Give me Xiaocan at a minus 200. I'll take the money line to win this fight. And then I'll take Xiaocan to win by KO on points, minus 190. And they give me Xiaocan by Subber on points at a minus 120. It's going to be a very competitive fight. Xiaocan is very, very tough. She's 35 years old. Tabitha Ricci is 29 years old. She's the younger fighter. I want to choose Tabitha Ricci so bad. And I want her to win this fight so bad. And I'm going to be so mad if she wins this fight and I didn't pick her. But unfortunately, I'm gonna do an official pick flip. I gotta go Xiaocan. It's in her hometown. If this goes the distance, it's gonna favor her. So give me Xiaocan to win this fight. Honestly, Herta as a 2-1 favorite. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good price tag. I'll take her to win this fight. I'll take fight goes the distance. Yes, minus 340. Xiaocan to win this fight by KO on points at a minus 190. And just to get a little crazy, Xiaocan to win by Subber on points at a minus 120. Gonna be a competitive fight. Tabitha Ricci always comes to bang, and she's one of my favorite fighters to watch. I can't wait for her to fight. She's a fucking beast. Deiveson Figueiredo versus Peter Yan. Peter Yan minus 320. Disrespectful odds. Deiveson Figueiredo plus 245. I'll read that again. Peter Yan minus 320. Deiveson Figueiredo minus 245. Peter Yan was as big as a minus 400. Now he's a minus 320. And Deiveson Figueiredo is a plus 245. We have to mention that on both sides. There was a point where Deiveson Figueiredo was a flyweight champ and Peter Yan was a bantamweight champ. This would have been a super fight if this happened 3 to 4 years ago. So this is going to be a banger fight. The fact that this fight's happening means that these guys are ready for this fight to happen. And both of these guys are in their prime. Peter Yan, former bantamweight champion. Great takedown defense. So does Figgy. Figgy has great takedown defense, if not some of the best takedown defense. I'm going to tell you guys my best props for this fight. I want to mention that in my 6 best bets, I mentioned that this fight goes the distance, yes, as my prop and my bonus. And then my bonus was Peter Yan to win by KO on points. That is completely juiced now. Over 4.5, minus 174. And double chance, Peter Yan to win by KO on points, minus 290. It's juiced as hell. Honestly, I wanted to show method of victory. Peter Yan by points, plus 125. And then Deiveson Figueiredo by points, plus 460. It's possible. He's went to the distance. He's won 5 rounds before. It's just that his gassing is a little questionable, but Deiveson Figueiredo could definitely win by points. Not bad of a sprinkle. Yan by KO plus 210. Deiveson Figueiredo by KO plus 1,000. And then Deiveson Figueiredo by submission plus 1,500. I don't think that's impossible. It's not impossible for Deiveson Figueiredo to get a submission. Peter Yan gives up his back a lot when he gets up, tries to fight the hands, gives up his back. And then Deiveson Figueiredo has his back, has a full body lock over Peter Yan. Peter Yan's trying to get out of it. And we know against Aljamain Sterling, Peter Yan sucked at getting out of the body triangle. So, Deiveson Figueiredo by submission at a plus 1,500 is not bad. Deiveson Figueiredo by KO straight plus 1,000. It's disrespectful. It's not bad. It's not worth it. It's not. Don't be ashamed to sprinkle. It's not bad. I'm going to give you guys my best props. Over 4.5 minus 174. Under 4.5 plus 138. I'll take the over 4.5 minus 174. Yan by KO on points minus 290. My 6 best bets, I mentioned that was probably one of my most confident picks. This is going to be a sketchy fight, though. This is going to be a banger fight. This screams violence. Figgy by KO or sub plus 650. Figgy by KO on points plus 300. A little bit more safer. Figgy by sub or points plus 350. And then Yan by KO rounds 3, 4, and 5 plus 550. I'll sprinkle that. Give me Yan by KO rounds 3, 4, and 5. Sprinkle. Figgy to win by KO rounds 1, 2, or 3 plus 1500. You can sprinkle that as well. I'm just trying to give you guys the best props. I'm going to be taking Petr Yan to win this fight by 48-47 split. Petr Yan 48-47 split. Deiveson Figueiredo and 48-47 split. Petr Yan to win this fight by split decision. I think it's going to be a very close fight. If not late 3rd, 4th, 5th KO. If not, if I only have to choose 2 rounds, I'll go late 4, 5 KO. I want to mention that this fight is going to be very competitive. If Figueiredo tends to gas, Petr Yan is going to put the pressure and is going to be able to finish this guy. I'll take fight goes the distance. Yes, minus 172. Over 4.5, minus 174. Yan by KO on points. And just give me Yan to win by decision at a plus. Yan to win by points at a plus 125. It's not bad if you want to sprinkle Deiveson Figueiredo by points, or you want to sprinkle him by KO or by decision or by submission. It's definitely possible, but I think Petr Yan should be able to edge out a very close, razor close decision. It's going to be a close fight, banger fight. I think his Muay Thai guard is going to be very important. And Deiveson Figueiredo, if he mixes it up, he can have a lot of success. We know Petr Yan doesn't have that much success with guys who tend to mix it up. If you pretend like you're shooting, this guy Petr Yan has a very high guard, so it could lead him to be more susceptible to the takedowns. I'm taking a little bit of a risk, but give me Petr Yan to win this fight by points, plus 125, over 4.5, minus 174, and Petr Yan to win by KO on points, minus 290, and a little sprinkle, Yan by KO, rounds 3, 4, and 5, plus 550. It's going to be a banger fight. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you guys got, and let me know if you guys like this video, guys. Drop a like. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's late, super late, so 2 videos in one day. Let's get it. First time ever. Hope you guys enjoyed. And good luck tomorrow. Let's get it. Peace. Petr Yan for the win. Let's get it.